Hello and welcome. Tonight's video is going to be on a trombone that is pretty unremarkable to most people, but a trombone that holds a special place in my heart, and it is this wonderful piece of manufacturing excellence, the Blessing Scholastic model trombone. It is a trombone that comes straight out of the smithies of the 1980s in Elkhart, Indiana, in the United States of America land. And there's not really too much that I can say about this trombone. If I try to scrape together some rather insignificant facts for the purposes of padding out this video, you'll notice that the counterweight here is a sort of round tube on a slightly smaller round tube, a particularly useless design because it has a lot less weight than the more traditional approaches to counterweights. If you're trying to look for something else that's moderately interesting, you might notice that the slide brass is a more rosy coloured than the yellow brass that's in the rest of the instrument, but quite subtle. It's not a true rose gold or rose brass slide. We notice that there isn't any rubber bumps on the end of the slide here. It's just a metal brace or strengthening piece that's on the bottom here. But other than that, I can't really think of anything else to say about this instrument, other than the reason why it's special to me. You see, the Blessing Scholastic trombone is the trombone that I played on for the first 10 years of my trombone sort of career, for the want of a better phrase. This sadly isn't the specific instrument that I played on. That's still being used by other learners who are in the band down at home, or so I'm led to believe. This is one that I purchased off an auction site here. It was made in 1983, and it has suffered such little use in the 30 odd years of its lifespan that the knurling, the little sort of ridges that adorn this part here that you use to connect the two sections of the trombone together, is almost sharp. It has not been worn down at all by use. You see, when you put the trombone together, you use this to grip and allow you to tighten the screw thread here, and you'd expect that to become a little bit dull through the years, but this has got almost no wear on it at all. And the rest of the trombone is almost in immaculate condition. I struggle to find anything wrong with this instrument, other than the fact that it's just unremarkable. It's a small bore instrument. It has, I think, a 7.5-inch bell, and that's really about it. Blessing as a brand name is one of the sort of less macho sounding brands, and it's something that we don't really ever see in New Zealand. Other than this particular instrument and the one that I learnt on, I have never come across a Blessing trombone or any other Blessing brass instruments in New Zealand that I can sort of immediately think of. They must have been more common in America land or in other parts of the world, because the serial number is in the 300,000s. So I must assume that they're either sort of making up their serial numbers, or that they have a much bigger following in other parts of the world, because you don't really see them here in New Zealand. So I don't really have anything else that I can think of to tell you about this trombone. So if you do have any questions, if you feel that I haven't padded out this video enough, then please ask me a question down in the comment section below, and I'll endeavour to answer it. Thank you very much for watching.